Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. 2 of 5 previous videos were also on the transgender movement, and in this particular video we will look at the gender ideology and how it came to be. One of the most useless things that you will ever find in a university is the course called Gender Studies. It's literally a course where you pay the university to brainwash you for the next 2 or 3 years that you decide to endure that brainwashing. Well, did I mention that you will be the one who is paying them to brainwash you? But if you really thought that fate befell upon you only if you took gender studies in a university, you are wrong. Because feminism and gender ideology is not limited to just the gender studies course, but all the courses in humanities and social sciences. And this is true in every university across the globe where they take education seriously. From Harvard to a college maybe in Kerala or in South Africa or you name it. But how did that come to be? Why are we studying gender ideology in universities to begin with? That's what we are going to look at in this video. So basically, when you start studying sociology or any social science subject, the first thing that you will learn is that men are evil, especially the men who belongs to the upper strata of the society, of the respective society. In the case of USA, it would be the white men, and in case of India, it would be the upper caste men. You will also study that you live in a crappy society or a system that is designed to oppress you. It is designed to divide people, subjugate them, and control the masses for the benefit of the people in power. This also known as patriarchy. And in this patriarchal system, there has been sections of people that have been suffering for a long time. And one of that section is women and the other section is the LGBTQ. The moment you say LGBTQ, the canvas is now turned from all these bleak, dim, depressing stories to very colorful, vivid and bright canvas. That LGBTQ movement is all about pride, empowerment, liberty, freedom of expression, and living the best and the truest form of life that you can as a human being. All the positive things that you can ever think of. Or it suppresses anything that is not normative or that is divergent. It sees the world in binary. And if anyone says that there is a third wheel, their life is made miserable. But the truth is that life is non-binary, and LGBTQ is the prime example or the illustration of that non-binary. LGBTQ movement is the proof that patriarchy is evil and that everything in this world and in human life falls on a spectrum. So women don't have to be women anymore, men don't have to be men anymore, children don't have to be children anymore. I distinctly remember when I first came across the word queer and non-binary. Queer is when your identity is queer. You're just strange. That's your identity, being strange. And what is non-binary? Well, it's a state of being where they don't feel like a male or a female. Oh wait, sometimes they feel like either a male or a female or both at the same time. This is how humans have always worked. We have had confusion on what gender we were throughout centuries, and it's glorious and great and empowering to see that an ideology approves of it, finally. And my stupid ass at that time thought that, this is so true. It must be so liberating to be anything that you want. A woman, a man, not a woman, not a man, right when you wanted it. So lucky. Gender ideology finds a lot of support from feminism because radical feminism always wanted to prove that there is no differentiation between a man and a woman, and that if there were any difference between the sexes as we see in society, that is just because of social constructivism. That is, society and cultures created those differences. Patriarchy. So doesn't that now mean that if society constructed those differences, then those differences can be reprogrammed? So doesn't that mean that just like any other social construct, gender can also be reprogrammed? And that's how gender ideology began. Sex, as we all know, means male or female. What does that mean? Every mammal on planet Earth has two sexes. One female that creates an egg, and two male that fertilizes the said egg. So sex roles means the roles assigned to the sexes by society. Siblings are brothers and sisters, children are sons and daughters, parents are mothers and fathers, grandparents are grandmother and grandfather, so on and so forth. You get the idea. And by roles, they mean different attributes, functionalities and capabilities assigned to them because of their sex. Feminists gave a very prominent example for this, that boys are given blue rooms that are painted blue, and girls are given rooms that are painted pink. The same goes with boys have trucks to play with, and girls are given Barbie dolls. I just had to share my room with my sister as a child, and I got my sister's old toys to play with. So what gender did my parents assign to me? Now, gender, on the other hand, just meant grammar. She is feminine gender and he is masculine gender. That was all that gender meant for a very long time. But how did this term get into sociology and psychology? Well, for feminists and gender theorists, gender stands for characteristics of women, men, girls and boys that are socially constructed.
This includes norms, behaviors and roles associated with being a woman, man, girl or boy, as well as relationships with each other. As a social construct, gender varies from society to society and can change over time.
And this gender is actually a function of power, because there is hierarchy in gender. So when there is hierarchy, that is discrimination, then comes trauma. What would Marx say? Marx would say that people can and inevitably do change. So you need to revolt. More importantly, you need to break the status quo. How do you break the status quo of gender? To free the population of the inequalities of gender and how the society has always to use the binary to divide and subjugate people. Well, by completely unlearning everything that the society has taught you about your identity, reinventing your own gender as you like, creating an identity based solely on that. So according to theorists Zimmerman and West, you do gender every day, and the power is in how you reclaim and make gender or sex the most fundamental attribute of being human and being a mammal, truly yours. That's why today we have 105 genders, with clown selves, sim and sirs, bunny selves and unicorns, and even cats, wolves and other mammals as identities humans assign themselves. So what was wrong with man and woman to begin with? Why did we require gender ideology? I never agreed with Matt Walsh when he says that these people were pure satanical or that they were pure evil. But just this much that I learned about them, it quite convinces me that they are evil. What have we done to our younger generations? Not us, by the way, the West. We, that is the other parts of the world are safe for the moment. Like I said before, man and woman, or masculine or feminine genders, were assigned to human beings based on this. Kessler and McKenna point that genitalia are conventionally hidden from public inspection in everyday life. Yet we continue through our social rounds to observe a world of two naturally, normally sexed persons. It is this assumption that leads to sex categorization. Female and male are cultural events rather than some collection of traits, behaviors, or even physical attributes. Illustratively, they cite the child of viewing a picture of someone clad in a suit and a tie contends it's a man because he has a PP. Translation: he must have a PP because I see the insignia of a suit and a tie. That's about it. Just because somebody told you, or just because you were taught that men have penises and women have vaginas, you have to change it. But we did follow this for millenniums. It's also called kilo years, by the way. That would have some purpose, right? The purpose, of course, was survival of the human species, which would mean that we are basically toast. I understand that there are transgenders, but that's an aberration in the fabric of humanity. It's a problem in the wiring of the brain, gender dysphoria. And they shouldn't be discriminated against. I'm not even saying that gender dysphoria could be categorized as a mental illness even. I don't think that even. Which could be a radical stance, I don't know. But they should not be discriminated against. They should have the choice. They should have the right to life and right to freedom and everything that all human beings have. And they should also have the choice to do what they want to do with their condition or with gender dysphoria. That should completely be left to them, and they should have the right to do that. But if someone comes up with this gender ideology crap, where they tell you to fight tyranny and patriarchal system of power by reinventing gender, just kick them out of the window. Thank you. I hope you like this video, and I know that you would have something to say about gender ideology. Did you know that this is where gender ideology began? Please tell me in the comment section. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about the origin of gender ideology. Cue John Money. So please tune in to this channel for more content like this. I've published my first book, a novel named Life in a Ziploc Bag. It's the story of 4 kids living in a city with their unique life experiences. They are connected by the chaos in their lives, which are fueled by drugs, abuse, and isolation. I don't want to give it all away right here. You can check it out on Amazon or Flipkart. It's also available for direct buying. All these links are given in the description. If you are interested, please go and check it out and grab your copy right now. Thank you.